Thank you so much. I would like to thank Marina and Tumbi Ndugungun for really great presentation. So I got to know about HIV cure in the year 2019 when I got a chance to get to the HIV Cure Academy in Botswana. And that one opened my space to the new idea and knowledge on HIV cure. And interestingly enough, at our site at Kisumu CRS, we were also participating in the AMP study. So after coming out of the academy, I was able to really learn and get passionate about the use of broadly neutralizing antibodies as a cure strategy. So that was my main interest, and I really wanted to understand how it is possible it could change the lives of people who are living with HIV to be completely cured of HIV.
I see. And so how did you got involved with, that's the IAS program you were talking about, the HIV Cure Academy?
First of all, I was admitted into the academy, and I was taken through a lot of training with a lot of different scientists who have vast experience in the field of HIV cure. And that particular moment, I think I met a few of the scientists who took me through the different strategies of HIV cure. That is the immune-based strategy, the sterilizing and cure, and the functional cure. So I got to learn different angles of HIV cure. And then thereafter also, after the academy, I got to learn that there are funds to continue with HIV cure advocacy. So I was lucky enough at the end of that year also, I made an application to EVAC and International AIDS Society, and I was among one of the HIV cure advocate for the year 2019 to 2020. And I was able to do my advocacy work around HIV cure. So basically, the main thing that I did, I wanted to explore on the barriers and challenges that may hinder in low-income and middle-income countries. So I learned a lot of things from my communities. And one of the things that I learned from this advocacy work was that how HIV cure is interpreted in different population and community is really different. And we have to be sure to be very careful on how we package the language of HIV cure, because to some people, it means complete eradication of HIV. And to some people, it also means being free of taking medication. To other groups of people, it means life without use of condoms. So it's really upon us as a researchers, community advocates to really explain the meaning of HIV cure to these populations so that they may be able to understand this properly. There are also issues of misinformation, myths and misconception around HIV cure. And some people felt like for a good example is the broadly neutralizing antibody. People could ask you, is it going to give us HIV? Is it going to infect us? So we really need to also package information around how is a broadly neutralizing antibody being manufactured, and how is it going to work in the body. So if these things can come out clear, then our people are going to embrace it. Another issue is safety and toxicity of broadly neutralizing antibody. People wonder, are they really safe to be given to people? Are they, how toxic are they? How are they going to impact on their future lives? And these are they going to alter their immune system? Because these are immune-based therapies. So these are some of the worries that communities have outside here, and we need to address. There are issues around access. Are they going to be accessible to each and every person who requires it, especially the key population, women who are at high risk, the youths and adolescents? Is it going to be affordable to each and every person? Is it going to be available? Is it going to be acceptable and also appropriate to each and every population? So these are some of the critical questions that people are asking outside here. And also the issues of cold chain storage that we've also seen coming up with COVID-19 is also a critical question to ask, because we've seen BNABs being stored at specific temperatures. So are they going to, how scalable are these going to be? And where do we have the infrastructures around these areas? So do we have the equipment, the right thing? Are our laboratories well structured to really handle BNABs? And also another critical question that people ask about BNABs is the mode of delivery, because it's usually given as an intravenous infusion, which is really cumbersome and invasive. So how can we community advocates and also scientists find a better and easier way to really deliver the BNABs into someone's body without going through that invasive procedure? So these are things that we need to think around. And also, how prepared are we? Do we have adequate human resource in place, really trained scientists who are able to do these HIV cure strategies in low and middle income areas? And do the scientists in low and middle income countries also believe that HIV cure is real? So we really need to do a lot of capacity building around that area. There are also ethical issues that we need to look into. In case of areas whereby we will require analytical treatment interruption, proper policy guidelines on treatment interruption that are going to be allowed, because we know in sub-Saharan Africa it is test and treat, and you are put on medication. So how are we going to handle this? And the issue of voluntary participation and risk involved in HIV cure and its benefit. How are we going to really explain all these issues to our communities so that people really make an informed choice to participate in cure research and also ensure that we get adequate data? Another thing is on the issue of gender. Are HIV cure research only targeting women and not men? Because we see in the Western country, men are coming out of it, but in Africa, it's more of HIV is more of a women thing. So men also keep on challenging us, is HIV for women only? So how are we going to demystify all these issues and make our community really embrace these issues? And also another gap that is there that we need to also look at, how quickly will it be for regulatory bodies also to provide licensure of broadly neutralizing antibodies to be available, if at all they are going to be the most effective tool to cure HIV and lead to end or zero HIV infection in sub-Saharan Africa and in low and middle income countries.
Amen. That was such a wonderful summation of all of the things that I think we've been talking about for years, but to hear it from your voice just really emphasizes the points over. And we need to tackle all of these. But thank you so much for sharing your voice with us and sharing these points and echoing them again. And hopefully for all of you listening, you realize that this is actionable items for all of us. What she is saying, this isn't just for researchers, this is for our community advocates as well. We need to figure out ways that we can help all of these issues in low and middle income countries around the world.